Hi everyone. Today we are going to be deconstructing, sort of like looking piece by piece, the new single, Acceptance. And this is probably the simplest yet most satisfying songs I've ever written, produced, recorded, anything you want to call it. For the first time, I had like just fun with the song. Like there was no fighting. Like I was not like struggling to make something happen. It just sort of did. I made it in a day and loved it. Okay, so it all started with guitars. By the way, all these stems you can find in my Patreon. If you want to have them to yourself, you can find them there. Okay, so little backstory. This started with me getting a new guitar. I got y'all know my like whitish Squire with like the comic book pick guard, but I got another Tele style that was lighter. That's like an ash body, so I could like thrash around live because like my back was starting to hurt. My back was starting to kill me, and I got that one, and I noticed like the output. It's sort of the same pickup configuration, but I noticed that the output was like a little warmer. That might have to do with the magnets. I think they're Alnico 3s instead of Alnico 5s that I usually use. So I was just like trying it out, and I tuned it to FADGCE, and capoed it with like at some fret. God fucking knows where. And I just sort of like made a little riff. I mean, it's I guess it's two guitars. They're playing in unison. God knows how to play this. I already like made it into one single track. It's just panned to left and right. I played that, and it sounds a little bit like this. Okay, it's 100% pan left and right. As you can tell, this is already like heavily processed and edited to shit. Like it's incredibly quantized and glitched out. This is all by hand. It's like I could like go back and show you exactly what I did, but that would like kill my computer. So let's just leave it as that. It's just a bunch of noodleage oscillating between two chords in the scale, right? So like da 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 da. That's it. Those are it. This song is two chords, just so you know. So yeah, it started with this. Like that was the song. That's good. That was me trying the guitar, and I just was humming on top of it. And I had written this like a long time ago when I was like having like a really really hard time. Still am, but like there was this specific time that I was like in a ditch emotionally because of things that I guess aren't necessary to disclose in a fucking Reaper video. I started humming, and I noticed like what I was humming sort of like syllabically matched the cadence of the thing that I was humming. So I was just like na 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 understand na, na, na. And so it just kind of fell into place, and then I just threw like autotune on a mic track and just like just went at it. And like so for a while what we had of the song was basically the guitar and this, like these two things together. Look at my hands, everyone seems to be having so much fun, don't understand. And that's it. That was the song. Like that was it. It went up until Acceptance. I should practice my like that was a different track of course, but it went up to there, and that was the song. That's all I had for a while. I was like, what the fuck do I do with this now, right? Like, where do I take this? It like sort of like finishes itself. Na 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 na. Acceptance. The end. You know what I mean? Like, what do I do? And so I just like duplicated the fucking guitar, like this one, the clean one, and just fucking shoved like a distortion on it. Not like an amp distortion, just like distortion. And so then I added a gross beat, like a image line gross beat. Like I just drew something, and it ended up sounding like this. And so that there is just this with distortion. And a little bit of something else, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. And then I just decided to like put drums to it, but I didn't feel like having like acoustic, like you know, fucking snare room cymbal overhead, all that bullshit, like fucking all that Steve Albini shit. I was just like, I'm just gonna fucking go full trap with this bullshit and get 808s, and so I did. Like the beat sounds like this. It's pretty simple. Like it starts like it's just a clave and a clap, and then just a little boom goes in, and then it drops. Keep in mind, there's no bass. All the bass information is coming from the kick. And these are just like stock 808 Roland drums. And the clave comes back. Then a little breakbeat. And so what's happening with the breakbeat there is it's first of all, it's just like a regular amen break, you know? And it's like opening up the envelope of volume. And then on the drum bus, I'm automating a low pass filter. So there is activates. That's being applied to the entirety of the drums. And so after that, I just add this fucking, there's again an 808 kick that's like tuned to the bass line, and I just like hammered it. I just like added like sausage fat and a bunch of shit to it. It just sounds like this. It sounds like gross as shit, but like, you know, you get the point. Like, and then it's like the snares sort of accompanying that. It's just like a bitch slap snare. Like truly, just imagine you slapping someone in the face. It sounds like this. And then on the backbeat, the hat. Right? Simple. Then back to the beat. Same shit. Little cymbal. I guess it's more of a fucking Foley thing. Like a bottle. And honestly, that's it for the drums until the end. Like it's very little like variation on that. It's basically the same thing. So after the main lead, like the along the main lead, which is this, there's like a clean guitar with like tremolo on it, like an artificial tremolo. So it's just like a pad. It just adds a little bit of something, you know what I mean? Like you can barely tell that it's there, but like when you take it out, it's like, oh. You know what I mean? It does something. At least I want to tell myself that it does something, sort of just for my mental health. But yeah, after that, there's like a little break where it's like da 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 da. Where you can really tell there's a lot of fucking autotune on it, which is not a choice, it's a necessity, and I want to apologize for that. Then in that part, there's a guitar that's doing like a clean thing. Oh well, it's two guitars actually. Again with the fucking low pass filter that affects that as the same way it affects the drums. And it's sort of the same thing that happens with the chorus. Like the next section is the same thing, just with distortion. And a little bit of something. And as far as the guitars go, that's the song. Like it's literally copy and paste it. Like, you know what I mean? There's one bass track. And it's just like a square wave with a sand amp on it. It sounds like this. Like it starts building up here. And then there's a drop right. It's whatever. It's the wow 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 wow. It's just like a fucking werewolf ass so kind of. And then it just like later in it with the drums, it just comes into like reinforce the 808. So this is all 808, and here's with the bass. I know what you're thinking. It sounds like shit. I know. But if you put it in context, I swear to you, it sounds good. Here. Because if I take it out, you're missing a lot of those high harmonics that like bass adds. Like if you put distortion on bass, you don't. Because like people see bass, particularly when they produce like rock music, and like I produce hard metal, metal music. It's infuriating. They'll usually have like a really like sterile DI, almost clean bass tone. And it's infuriating because there's so much you can do with like the fucking upper harmonics that a bass guitar or bass instrument, anything, gives you, if you dare to like explore that territory and not just shove like a active bass into the fucking DI box and call it a day. Because that's what they do, you know what I mean? Like they just, it's like Wortsnichen 78 string active Bubinga. It's fan frets, and it sounds really good, and then they proceed to play the most fucking forgettable bass sound in the world. It's a lot of missed opportunity. So this is just like literally a square wave with portamento and a fucking Sansamp with the drive dimed and the treble dimed and the bass dimed and the presence dimed. And there's so much that gives you. Like truly, I'm not fucking around. Listen to it without it. And now listen for that upper bass sizzle. I know what I'm saying, it sounds stupid, but like listen. It's just like a little glue between what is percussive and what's purely melodic, which is what bass is supposed to be. It's supposed to be that middle point. But I digress. As for the bass, that's all there is. It's that. It's beep 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 beep. Alright. Let's have a little look at the vocals, because there's a lot going on, and at the same time not very much. The verse, you've heard the verse.
Look at my hands, everyone seems to be
auto-tuned
having so much fun.
Shit.
Don't understand, I won't partake, but I can't stand feeling so fake. I check my
Two
phone
breaths.
for questions.
Live I do it with like a million, but
get replies to goods. I only get suggestions,
is
and
that.
they all say I should practice my.
And then the acceptance part is in a different track because it's like less affected.
Acceptance.
But it has a delay.
Acceptance.
Honestly, it's just EQ, autotune, compression, delay. That's it. For the second chorus, since it's an overlay, I just like sing it in a different track, but it's the same as the verse.
I check my phone for questions I will never get replies to.
Yeah, same shit. And then there's like a little harmony thing that I did with a vocoder.
Don't envy us, don't envy us, don't envy us.
It's 4 voices.
Don't envy us, don't envy us.
So it interplays with the chorus like this.
Acceptance. Don't envy us, don't envy us, don't envy us. Acceptance. Don't envy us, don't envy us, don't envy us.
It's pretty. And okay, so this is the fun part. I wanted to do like a singing in the middle, screams stereo like to the sides, right? But I'm telling you, I made the song in a day. So I was on a roll. Like I think it was like nearing nighttime, and I was just like, I'm not gonna fucking, I don't know. And so I just, instead of doing that, I just sang the thing, right? Like this. And then for the screams, I just screamed it once and panned it left and right, ping pong, like, and so it just sounds like this. Like if you like listen for it. Hold on. It's just like sort of like slowly moving left and right and it did this with a Doppler Dome, which is like a really ugly looking plugin that I got from Nozikas, and it just looks like 2009, but gets the job done. I love like janky effects like these. It's like truly my shit. And honestly, that's sort of it. There is like a little ad-lib kind of thing, like a second melody at the very end.
I think of all the things I haven't done. Damn, I'm so fucking hot to everyone. They say that time will heal this empty spaces in.
Whatever, right? That's it. And the last thing, really, like, truly the last thing aside from this riser that I'm not going to show you because it's just a fucking riser, is this piano thing. It's a sampler. It's a thing that I got from George Daniel from the 1975. Fantastic producer. I recorded the C note in 4 octaves, right? And I rendered a recording of those 4 C notes being played in succession. Then you load that as your sample. And so every time you play a note, the sampler plays a note 4 times in succession in 4 octaves. And so you get like this, like, with very little note information, you get this like rain of texture, and like you can do it with pretty much anything. Like you can do it with guitars, any sound that you record in like multiple octaves within one single recording, you can do this with. And with guitar, it sounds like shit, but with piano and like a Wurlitzer, that kind of stuff, it really sounds quite good. I use this a lot on this upcoming EP. It's just it's kind of my new favorite thing. I copied the ad lib melody into MIDI, and it just ended up sounding like this. You know what I mean? But you can barely find it. It's just like sprinkles of pretty. You know what I mean? And that's how the song ends. And honestly, that is 100% it. It's 30 tracks. It's my simplest song yet. And honestly, one of my favorites. So, I don't know what that says about where this project is going. I don't know what that says about me. I don't know what this says about music. Regardless, I hope you like the song. Because I really like it. Feels very honest.